Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you to a brand new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 19. I almost said 18. It's 19. It's been 19 for a while. We have a new season, and a season in which spring training didn't go well, but maybe that's a good sign. I did want to acknowledge one particular viewer, a grizzly old dude who pointed out quite correctly that I could have simply hung on to Woody Fryman and voided his option rather than cutting him when I did. Which is absolutely a correct and intelligent thing to say, and I wish I'd thought of it at the time, but I didn't. Another thing I wanted to address. Some of you may be asking yourselves, why don't I trade up? Why don't I trade to try to get that last piece? Because I would probably have to sacrifice a fairly significant portion of my... what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry. A significant portion of my prospects. And I don't have that many. Which is why I'm trying to be a little circumspect about who I keep and who I don't. We have 15 pitchers. That's way more than we need. We can get rid of 3. Hill. Stoiber. Let's do this with one more to deal with. Rick Mayo just doesn't have it. Dorsey at least has good stuff, potentially. Now. Andrews again? Maybe. Oh, one thing I did want to think about doing. What do we do about Dower? What do we do about Dower? There's something weird going... I think it only happens when you load a game, because his potential should not have just plummeted that quickly. Unless this is just, oh, we don't think he's going to turn out the way we thought he might. I was thinking of maybe having him try to learn some shortstop this season. But I'm not sure that's a great idea. I think we give him a year AAA and then see what we've got. And I think with no... We do have a couple of interesting center fielders that we'll want to talk about at some stage, but for right now... So basically, I don't want to cough up a reasonably high number of quality draft picks and prospects just to get a piece that may not even be that big. So that's what I'm thinking when I say I'm not going to trade. Now, if there was a specific player I wanted... I'm going to let Wes Parker... I'm going to basically... Yeah, I'll let him play. He's basically a better version of Bob Beal. We really do need a first baseman, though, don't we? Let's see if we can't put together a deal. Alright. So the key to a good trade is, first of all, finding out what you want. And we're going to do a player search. And we're going to filter. So, we want a first baseman. So we want position is first base. Oh, that's cool. There's templates. I like that. This is going to give us a lot of results. And I want someone with a potential rating of at least 50. How many results? That literally gives me no... Oh, it thinks I'm searching by pictures. Okay. So here we go. So these are the best first basemen in the league, essentially. Everyone who has a potential of at least 50. Eddie Murray's really good. So even now, they're not sure how good he can be. Because his discipline and his contact haven't matured. There's also Jack Pierce, who's arguably even better. Okay. So let's suppose we wanted Jack Pierce, which I kind of do. I kind of like the sound of him. Let's trade for him. I could hand him Hermano. Okay. So let's look at what we have strength in and what they have weakness in. They need a second baseman quite badly. I'm not going to give them Hermano. Let's look at our prospects. We're going to have to, if we're going to make this trade happen, we're going to have to part with a reasonable prospect. I don't want to lose Dower, but what about Roger Polanco? Let's just check. That's probably not going to interest them very much. Yeah, that's not enough. What if we did offer Dower? Okay. They need pitching pretty badly. Our prospects are so thin right now. But this is them dealing from a position of strength and us dealing from a position of strength. Do we make the challenge trade? Do I offer you Marshall Brandt? How much more? No, you still want Hermano, and that's still the one player I'm not willing to part with. Mark Corey. Ah, I just drafted you, so you won't take him. Bob Shirley, I think I just drafted too. And I also don't want to lose him. Alfaro's too good. I am not trading him for everything. That's our problem. See, this isn't a great deal for us because we don't have what they want. They need center. We're pretty crappy at center field, and that's the only position we've got a lot of here. So let's go back to the filter and see if there's another player who might also be a good fit. I love the sound of Jason Thompson, and there's no way in hell we're going to get him. But we'll at least look. Yeah, literally we'd have to offer him probably 2 or 3 of our best players to get him. Willie Aikens. He's not that good. Let's at least see what you want in exchange for Eddie Murray. Again, it's Hermano. Atlanta knows what they need. They need a second baseman. I'm just not ready to give you that. We just have to accept the fact that we're just not going to get one. We could maybe get Dick Allen. Because I know Dick Allen's going to cost a lot of money. What would I have to give up for Dick Allen? Oh, you'll take Hermano or Bobby Bonds. Jesus. Yeah. I don't think we have a package to put together unless we go deep and dangle someone like Steve Carlton. Which I really don't want to do. A, he's an amazing pitcher. And B, I don't think we'd get anywhere near his value. So I think this is the roster we start opening day with. And maybe we just keep a close eye on the waiver wire. Let's send up to opening day. Because I know a lot of people are going to try to sneak people through the waivers here. And we'll see what we can pull off. I'm going to let Dower develop a little bit more. If he becomes more polished, he'll be a much better trade chit. You think I should win the World Series? Top 100 prospects. 3 of them are St. Louis Cardinals. They're going to be scary. Let's Let's sort by team. I have Mark Corey. And what is Corey ranked? Mark Corey. Oh, Gary Carter playing for Montreal. I like how sometimes things do work out the way they're supposed to. It sucks for him, though, he's in the same organization as Tony Payne, yeah. Mark Corey's 87. I do have 3 pitchers, though. Wait, Mike Bassick? I don't have Mike Bassick. Do I? There is only one Phillies team, right? Or is there still a Philadelphia? Yeah, I have him, too. Wow, the AI loves him. So we're actually probably like a mediocre farm system instead of an awful farm system. We're like 15th. 18th. It's almost not fair how loaded the Dodgers always seem to be. Because they're super rich and they keep just generating prospects. I think we're going to, at some point, have to commit to a bottom out to get us the excellent picks that can take us here. Oh, well. Let's build our roster. So, we got our 12 pitchers. And I'm going to go ahead and clear the bench. I'm going to clear the staff and the bullpen. I think this is the year that Nolan Ryan gets his shot at being the ace. Because he was better than Steve Carlton. Steve Carlton had a down year. Now, whether this is, oh, Steve Carlton is doomed, or whether this is just Steve Carlton had a slight setback. In any case, it doesn't hurt to put him in as number 2. And we'll put Nolan Ryan in as number 1. Twitchell will be number 3. Norman will be number 4. The competition is going to be for spot number 5. Christensen at least has 2 reasonable skills as opposed to the 1 reasonable skill of Dorsey. So I think we'll go ahead and go with him. Our closer to start the season will be Mickelson. And you can come in the 8th inning. Everyone else is genuinely going to be a middle reliever, except for Roy Thomas, who will be a long reliever. And Morton can be a long reliever, too. Shop could also be a long reliever, but I'm curious to see what he can do as a middle reliever. We need a lot more pitching hand talent, and we do have more. It's just going to take us a while to develop it. And I'm also going to go ahead and make Mark Shop the emergency starting pitcher. We'll see how this works out for us. It probably won't. And then let's build our lineups. Boop. Boop. Okay. So overview. I see no reason not to make Hermano our leadoff hitter again. He did a pretty amazing job there. Our next best mix of contact and eye is probably Parker, which would be an interesting place to put him. Who's going to be my center fielder this year? I don't think I've decided yet. I could make it Tolan, but Tolan's not that great a center fielder. Blair's a really good center fielder who offers nothing else. And Woods is a worse version of Blair. Alright. We're actually going to try Wes Parker. It's a weird situation, but I think it's a good fit. Now we need our number 3 hitter. And I think this is the year that Luzinski gets bumped out. Bonds was consistent. Luzinski wasn't. And I think Mike Schmidt gets to play cleanup, and we'll have Luzinski bat 5th. Schmidt has earned it. He had a very strong season last year. Set the league lead in home runs. I think he's earned a shot at the cleanup role. Number 5 is clearly going to be Luzinski. And then we get some interesting decisions to make. Alright. I know Stearns is going to be our catcher. Essien, I'm more than happy to let him be the backup, but Stearns is going to be the starting catcher. So I'm going to go ahead and pencil him as a 6th place hitter, which leaves us with our center fielder and our shortstop. So let's take a look at the contenders for center field. We've got Tolan, who can hit a little bit, Woods, who can hit a little bit, and Blair, who can't really hit at all. I think it almost has to be... The thing is, Tolan is such a bad center fielder, though. I mean, he's really a right fielder. Here, let's convert you to being a right fielder so I don't keep forgetting that. Which is really down to Blair and Woods. Neither one of these is that great a hitter, but I think it is going to be Paul Blair. He's going to bat 8th. I didn't really expect to start him, but I'm hoping that he'll combine to offer decent offense, and most importantly, this defense. He'll be worth it, I think. And then we need our shortstop. Who are our potential shortstops? It's either Klobos or Thompson. Thompson is the better shortstop, and he's the better hitter. So it'll be Thompson. I guess that wasn't so hard. Alright, generate us some depth charts. Let's take a look. I like the idea of swapping them more frequently. I don't know that I like the idea of it being every other game. So we'll make it every 6 games. I don't want Tolan playing in center field. He can't handle it anymore. Yeah. Again, every 6, and again, Woods is just going to be the backup. I don't trust Tolan to play center. And let's quickly check the waiver wire. Anyone trying to sneak someone good through? Spaceman Lee. We do need some better bullpen guys. But does Bill Lee qualify? Maybe. I mean, he would be one of the better relievers on the team just because... Actually, Gary Ross would be even better. Oh, Bill Lee's a lefty. We need a lefty in the pen. Claim him. Claim the shit out of Bill Lee. Ah, poop. Can I get someone else? Stupid St. Louis, quit claiming people that I want. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to get him, so I think we'll just chalk it off as a bad job. Any interesting free agents left? There probably aren't, but there might be 1 or 2. Bring Tito Fuentes back. I will go ahead and offer Hal McRae a minor league deal. Maybe do the same with Buddy Bradford. There we go. That's a good use of our resources. Ooh, Bill Stoneman threw a no-hitter. That's pretty impressive. And we got our minor leaguer, so that's good. We're off to a really crappy start. And our owner thinks we're going to win the World Series this year. Well, sorry, mate. This was your chance to prove you still had something left, and you went and blew out your quad, so... Mark Corey's like a center fielder that can actually hit. I'm going to let him keep developing, but he might be on a fast track to success. I really do need a better first baseman. The question is, do I go ahead and start his arbitration clock this quickly? Holy shit, is Alfaro rocketing up the prospect board. Do we call up Marshall Brandt? Do we make it Brandt time? Do you have an extreme platoon split? No. Oh, that makes you harder to use. I am not going to give the spot to a reliever. It's got to go to a hitter. I mean, how many times have I complained at this point about not having a good enough first baseman, and I have one sitting right here? He's struggling a bit in AAA. Shit. And here's Jim Beswick, who's just dominating. Got to find a place to play him sooner or later. Alfaro's only 17, so he's going to spend the full year in a minor league place. It's just a question of which one. I'm going to send him down to the New York Penn League. I want him to get... I know he's going to be unhappy about his transaction, but I want him to get a chance to work his way in slowly, because I don't want him to fail. I could even call him Mark Corey and have him play first. But I think I'd rather have Brandt do it. Or I could call up Dower, but Dower's bat's not good enough to shift him off a second right now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to call Marshall Brandt. And here's what we're going to do. Okay, I know I already said that Beal doesn't have... Or, what's his face? Brandt doesn't have a hole in his swing. What about Beal? Beal's definitely better against righties, so I think this is a classic situation where we platoon. Beal will face the righties with Brandt backing up and being the #1 pinch hitter. And Brandt will face the lefties and Beal will back him up. I also need a better #2 hitter, but I think we'll just let things sort themselves out for right now and figure out who that #2 hitter might be. Get Bob Reynolds back. Let's put you in a rehab assignment for right now. Damn, Pittsburgh's vulnerable this year, but so are we. Alright, how's it looking this year? What are we not doing well? We're not scoring runs. Oh, God. I mean... Yeah. This pains me physically. Because I don't know that I trust Danny Thompson. But I damn sure don't trust Bob Beal if he's hitting under 100. We need something to actually kind of spark the lineup, and maybe that's what we need. Let's continue for now. How's the pitching doing? Not super great. Not super great. I really should have invested more in the bullpen. I didn't think of that. That's my bad. I think we just need to get rid of a few people, too. Like, LeGros's never been that great. I take it back. He was kind of okay that one season. Oh, well, let's just continue for now. We don't really have a meaningful number of at-bats to make a fair judgment. Damn, you're pretty hardcore, Paul Blair. You tore a freaking ligament in your thumb. I'll be back next week. Respect, brother. Respect. Less respect for Mark Schopp. But hey, it solves the Bob Reynolds problem. Where's Bob Reynolds? Here he is. Man, our relievers are dropping like flies this year. Oh, what happened to that one guy? Oh, Stuber's out for the season. Bob Shirley. I literally just drafted you. And I'm having an awfully hard time thinking about why I shouldn't call you up. Objections, call him up. How are you handling the New York Penn League? Oh, they haven't started yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to call up Bob Shirley. We still have no lefties in the bullpen. Whatever. I'm actually going to make Bob Shirley the number 5 starter, and I'm going to make Christensen a middle reliever. Because I think Christensen's future is a little bit brighter as a reliever. Let's actually change his position. Yeah, he actually gains a bit if we just turn him into a reliever. Okay. Get David Fanning back. David Fanning, however, is kind of suck. He is a lefty. He does have that distinction. Let's send you down. I'm literally just calling you up so you can be a lefty specialist. Literally, that's the only reason. Go forth. Strike out the lefties. All right. Ooh, that one hurts. He just got shut down for the season. I don't have a pitcher. When does Tug get back? Shit, Tug's gone for the season, pretty much. Sure, Mike Parrott. I'm literally just plugging in anybody at this point. Oh, this is not good. Of all the people to lose right now. I can get Wes Parker back. How's Brandt done in his limited time? I want him to get more time in AAA. I am fine with calling up Parker. Has Beal gotten any better at hitting? Is he at least hitting like 200? Beal's up to a blistering 191. You know what? You're getting benched in exchange for Parker. And you can come back if Parker needs a day off. But yeah, you're just... Yeah. Alright, let's take a quick look at the team. Who's doing well and who's not doing so well? We've got Bobby Bonds and Mike Schmidt doing their jobs. Hermano having a good season. Luzinski's a disappointment. Stearns is a big disappointment. I'm gonna have you give you a little bit more playing time, Stearns. I just want to figure out what you can handle. This is really frustrating. Greg Luzinski might be done at 25. I mean, all semblance of power has just vanished from him. But OSA still likes him too. I don't have an outfielder I'm ready to call up yet, but I'm very strongly considering calling someone else up. Mike Schmidt's a little bit off of his pace last year. His slugging needs to pick up. But I'm sure he'll manage. If I were to try to swap Luzinski, what could I get? Some interesting pieces, but nobody that out and out says, yes, this is worth trading Greg Luzinski. Although Clay Kirby's pretty close. Could pick up Doc Ellis. Could pick up Bob's. I could get Willie Stargell. Who'd solve my first base problem. I'm going to keep a close eye on my outfielders. Oh, shit. Mark Corey is... He keeps advancing. How's Alfaro? Has he still not played yet? I want him to get playing time, but I also don't want him to burn out. Jim Beswick wouldn't be a bad replacement either. Although he's a little bit different of a... He has a little bit different offensive profile. So the question is, do I believe in Greg Luzinski? Because he's going to be a free agent. And I could re-sign him, but I'm not sure he's worth it. And since I'm not sure he's worth it, maybe he isn't. A Greg Luzinski who's slugging almost 500 is worth it. A Greg Luzinski who's even slugging 400 is not. And I want to sell high. Shit. If we trade Greg Luzinski, I'm essentially punting on this year. But I also don't want to hang on to him and let his value get any lower than it is now. This is a tough choice. Okay, question number 1. Could Mark Corey handle left field? Answer's an unequivocal eh. And I don't know that he's a good fit for this club. Offensively. And I really don't want to get someone as a stopgap and only literally have him be a stopgap. Hell, I could even use Hal McRae if I needed to for a season. I'm going to trade Greg Luzinski, but I want what I want for him. I need an elite first baseman. Ooh, where's my player search? Where's my filter? We got a few more first basemen that popped up in this list. Okay. Andre Thornton. There's our, let's see, Jason Thompson would be perfect. I don't think you're going to do Thompson for Luzinski, but it might make you pause. Let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty bad offer. I'm not going to deny that. What if I keep his salary for the rest of the year? Does that change your opinion? No, it does not. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Bill Buckner. No, I don't want to pay that salary. Chris Chambliss. Cecil Cooper might be within my grasp. But I like my first baseman to have a bit of Mike Hargrove. Would Texas make the swap? I will eat his I will start eating his contract up until... Very bad deal. And there's no one I could throw in to make it work. Okay. Alright, really, jerks? I can't do it. Oh, you must be in the draft. That's the only reason he wouldn't show up as having a team. I'm not gonna trade Willie. I'm not gonna trade Greg Luzinski for that. What else is on the table if I shop him? Okay, Bill Hands. No. Willie Montañez. Tempting, but he's basically the same skill set. But he costs a lot more money. A few pitchers. Rusty Staub is overall decent, but not great. The Reds are offering me a significant upgrade at center field for significantly more money. I could get a decent pitcher out of it. We must be in a league that just doesn't value pitchers or something, because all of the really good deals have been pitchers. Jim Breesdale's a good all-around hitter. Stargell would solve my first base problem, but the thing is, all of these are good deals now, but they're not good deals for the future. I think what I'll do is I'll put Luzinski on the block and see what kind of offers I get for him. Because I have some leverage with Luzinski, and maybe I'll get it with a bit of luck. Player development. A bunch of people moving lots of different ways. Essien's an even better catcher now. Okay. Hermano keeps getting better. Schmidt got a tiny bit worse. Luzinski's getting a little better, but not by much. And there we go. Bonds is starting to age a bit. Frickin' Fred Norman. 8 weeks for Larry Christensen. How long is Parrot out? Just 6 days. I'm going to go ahead and just call up... I'm going to take Bill Champion off the list right now. Plug him in as a middle reliever. And then go from there. The really scary part is my starters are trying to valiantly carry the load by themselves. Oh, this is such a... Is Bobby Tolan still bitching that he's not getting to start? I would happily trade you, but no one wants you, bro. No one wants you. So go to hell. Oh yeah, we're one of the worst teams in baseball. Which is actually paradoxically somewhat interesting. Mark Shop. Go to rehab assignment. Yeah, paradoxically, actually kind of what I want. I kind of want to bottom out. We can get a really good draft pick. I'm honestly not intentionally tanking. This is just one of those seasons where everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Up, now we're starting to get a little bit warm. Which isn't ideal. Well, Nolan Ryan got us shut out. We'll sum up to the All-Star break. We'll see if any of our problems are fixable. I rather suspect they aren't. How happy are you? You're probably super pissed off at me. He's happy-ish. Alright, I'm willing to re-sign our scouting director. I've been pleasantly surprised by him. Welcome back, mate. Aaron Stevens is a great AAA manager. Although everyone hates him, but you know. Alright, we need to make a decision about Greg Luzinski. One way or the other. And we'll do it now with the All-Star break. How long is Carlton out? Nah, he's only going to miss a start. Okay. None of my starters? Okay. It's Mike Schmidt and Bobby Bonds. Literally no one else is getting All-Star votes. Yeah. Okay. So what's the All-Star break? We're roughly halfway through the season. We're not scoring runs. We just aren't. Part of the problem appears to be Hermano, but he's getting on base. Is his defense, like, totally shit? No. Hermano's time would have actually come and gone. Danny Thompson is at least not embarrassing himself at shortstop. What happened to Bobby Bonds' power? Everyone seems to just not be hitting for power anymore. It's really weird, except for Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt should top 30 again. Which is good because someone has to. I do not know what to do with Greg Luzinski. I wish I did. Stearns is getting a little better. Parker's okay. If Bobby Bonds or Hermano or both start getting hot, I think we can turn this around a bit. He's also not stealing as often. Bit of a sophomore slump for him. Alfaro's actually losing potential. That's not ideal. But I do think it's worthwhile leaving him in the New York Penn League for a year, seeing what he can handle. Are you just not playing Marshall Brandt? Oh, you are. Oh, yeah, he's actually hitting pretty well. Okay. And here's Mark Corey. Corey's going to be a kind of good hitter that kind of plays defense. And he won't really be more than that. Damn it, Rodney Lyle. What the shit? How are my starters doing? Really, no one wanted to give Steve Carlton an all-star appearance. Or Nolan Ryan. Or Wayne Twitchell. They must have all taken votes away from each other. Yeah, Steve Carlton's like, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. Last season was on me. I'm going to drag this team kicking and screaming back to relevancy. All right, guys. Tolan is the best hitter who's not getting any at-bats, but he's not going to replace any of the outfielders. Luzinski, brother, what happened to your power? I don't know. I think Hermano's just been unlucky. I expect him to turn it around. There you go. We'll get some nice wins created. Is Blair at least playing mind-bending defense? That's really what he's here for. And he is playing very good defense. Alright, guys. We're at 500. I'm not getting any offers for Luzinski. Where is Mark Shop? Here he is. I'll go ahead and say no, Parrot. At least Shop has really good stuff. We also need a better bullpen. I need to spend some time creating one in the off-season. Oh, there goes Danny Thompson. Who the hell is... Oh, Danny Thompson's my shortstop. Okay. How's Dower handling AAA? He isn't, to put it mildly. I think he's going to need another full season in AAA before he'll be ready. I mean, I could call up Tom Verreeser, I guess. But, I mean, Vereezer can't hit, like, at all. Neither can Fred Andrews, but at least he's a really good shortstop, so... Oh, we needed a starter, didn't we? Wait, Bob Reynolds is middle relief. Why do I have him on long relief with that stamina? I'm going to give Roy Thomas a rotation start, and I'm probably going to regret this, but I need someone to just fill in some innings. Lineups. A Klobos definitely can hit. Andrews is marginally better. I will go ahead and just plug in Andrews. And we'll just have to suffer with the fact that our number 2 hitter can't hit. I think I'll actually move Lazinski up to second, number 2 hitter. And we'll bump up Stearns and Parker and Blair. Yeah, we really need another bat in the lineup. My normal patch jobs haven't worked this season. Oh, fuck. Rich Dower. You're up, but you're playing third. Didn't expect to call you up so soon. And because I literally have no one else, this is going to go so well. You're also going to be the cleanup hitter. No, I will swap Dower and Lazinski. That was even dumb to suggest for a moment I would make someone I just called up cleanup hitter. He's actually the better third baseman. Oh, it's Dower. Dower's also the better second baseman, too. Splitting a series with Pittsburgh's not going to help us if we are to somehow back into the playoffs. Bro, no one wants you. I don't want... Oh, I could get Bob Spence. Bob Spence is a competent hitting first baseman. I'm going to make the deal. The fans are kind of like, oh no. I do seem to like my first baseman named Bob. So that's a thing. Yeah, it's Bob Spence's world now. Does Spence have an extreme platoon split? Yeah, he does. He's a good platoon guy, but I don't trust him against righties. Wow, you want to play my backup catcher at third? That's a... Yeah, wow. Let's go ahead and just rebuild the depth chart here. This is all fine. No one's job here is absolutely set in stone, except for Bobby Bonds and Hermano. This is fine. Oh boy, Larry Christensen's back. Larry Christensen's actually a fairly decent reliever. Thomas is starting. I'm going to demote Jim Dorsey. Christensen at least is interesting as a reliever. I don't think anyone's gonna offer anything for what's his face. Okay. Roster expansion. Can we squeeze out 4 wins to make the playoffs? Ooh, good work. Marshall Brandt. Parker got a tiny bit better. Dower's taken to the majors quite well, it would seem. Thompson got a little better. Yeah. Ooh, Jim Dorsey's putting some heat on his fastball. That's a good sign. What are we going to do with Alfaro? He's struggling in the New York Penn League, too. This is terrible. Oh, I didn't want to see this. I didn't assume he'd fail at both levels. He is not hitting. He's just going to have to make the best of it. He's only 17, so hopefully he figures it out. We need a winning streak. I'm not going to bother replacing him for just 1 week. Okay, we get Tug McGraw back. This is going to be an immediate shot in the arm to the bullpen. Roy Thomas is actually starting games, isn't he? Yeah, I can't get rid of him. Shop. No, Fanning. I don't need a lefty specialist when I've got Tug McGraw. Alright. I like the job Mickelson's been doing as closer. So you're going to be stopper. You'll come in the 7th inning in a close game. And you'll also get to be the lefty specialist. This will maybe take some of the pressure off you. Because Mickelson's actually been a pretty fair closer. I am not at all concerned with Mickelson. A personal message. We don't know when Greg Lisinski's coming back. Well, fuck. Sometimes there's really no other way to say it. Just fuck. Come on, we need to put a streak together. And the problem is that we don't have a consistent enough offense. Okay, we could get Danny Thompson back. Is there any reason not to? Nope. Oh yeah, Klobos is going. Andrews is by far the better utility guy in terms of defense. Alright, let's plug in Thompson at shortstop and then rebuild the depth chart. There we go. Hermano is heating up a bit. He's approaching his levels from last season. He should have more home run power than this. Hopefully we'll see him start to display that as the season continues. Oh, we got Mike Schmidt back at the absolute perfect time. Rich Dower's actually incredibly well. I don't really need 3 first basemen. I'm going to send Beal to the minors. I'm going to call up Schmidt. So first and foremost, Lisinski goes back to the 2-hole, and Schmidt immediately fills in as cleanup. Here you are. Schmidt. And then we'll rebuild depth charts too. Let's continue. I need just that. What I need Mike Schmidt to go nuclear. I need Mike Schmidt to just start destroying baseballs. That is, I think, the key to our success. Bob Spence would like to come back. Rookie of the month. It's going to be Dower. It's hard to argue with that. How much does Bob Spence want to come back for a season? He wants a pretty modest deal. I'm going to give you a 1-year deal. I don't want to give you 2 years. All right, Lazinski. What do you want? You want to get paid. Let's sign you for 3 years. I don't want to give you a I don't want to give you a long contract yet. He's going to be a type A free agent. What does Tug McGraw want to come back? He's actually very affordable. I will happily offer that to Tug. Parker, Reynolds, and Blair we can worry about later. What do I do with Greg Lazinski? I'm going to wait till the very end of the season. I'm actually going to wait till the next episode. I'm going to wait till the end of the season before I make my decision with Lazinski. I can't decide right now. Am I going to get rid of John Stearns anytime soon? I mean, probably not. He's not like the greatest catcher in human history, but he's so good at catching, and he hits... he approaches reasonable levels with his offense that it's hard for me to say I'm not going to keep him. Can I buy out some of your arbitration years? Like a 3-year deal. 3-year deal. Let's sweeten the pot a bit. Okay. I think everyone can be happy with that. I buy out his arbitration years. I get a free year. Bobby Bonds is going to be interesting. I think he might walk. Or will he? The question is, could Bobby Bonds get more than $500 grand on the open market? And I don't think he can. If I were Bobby Bonds, I would just re-sign the deal. But we'll see what happens. Come on, Philly. There's a chance here. There's a real chance. We brought back Richard Spencer another year. The Mets beat us barely. Here comes Tug McGraw coming back. Come on, Phillies. Oh my god, quit it. Quit this fucking 50-50 shit. Win like 3 or 4 games in a row and we can make this division ours. But you gotta win games in a row. And that's the one thing we haven't done all bloody season. We keep winning 2, losing 1. Or winning 3, losing 2. And so we can't build up. Bob Reynolds wants to come back. Bob Reynolds, you're not welcome back. Your control's too bad. All right. Not really anyone. Gerald Tyler keeps getting just a tiny bit better each year. All right, brother. We got a 3-game series. Our chances of making the playoffs right now are 5%. Because the Mets have been kind of tough this year. I think for maximum drama, we're going to sim one game at a time. If we win out, we might get a division title out of this. Let's see. Game 1, we won. Game 2, we lost. If that isn't a microcosm for a freaking season, I don't know what is. Win 1, lose 1. Win 1, lose 1. Win 1, lose 1. Nope. Oh, so freaking close. I'll be honest, I had absolutely no expectation we'd be as good as we were this season. Oh, damn. 26 seasons in a row we haven't made the playoffs? I mean... Alright, we need to make a splash this offseason. We have to. If we're ever going to make the playoffs, we have to do something big. The question is, I don't know what that something big is. Yeah, well, go to hell, Wes Parker. No one liked you anyway. And the Reds won the World Series. The Reds won the World Series in the 1970s. Shocker. Oh, we were so close this year. We were so very, very close to winning it all. At least making the playoffs. And that's pretty hard to do in this era. We need a free agent. We need... Okay, so at this point... Yeah, I know I could do better. I know I could do better. Mickelson, I will absolutely bring back. Easy choice. Fan loyalty increased. We've gotten better at catcher. We've gotten better at defense. I think we'll end it here, as we normally have. We've got to do it. We've got to go in, all in. We've got to push our chips in. Which I think means... Oh, God. No. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to buy why I'm not going to re-sign Greg Luzinski. I think we can do better. This season is not acceptable. Not from a guy who wants to make $300, $350 grand a year. I don't know what happened, but he doesn't hit for power anymore. It just doesn't happen. And he was god-awful in the field, too. He cost us almost 2 wins just because how bad his defense was. Yeah, Greg Luzinski's got to go. You know, let's see if I can trade him. I could get Ken Henderson, who's basically the exact same thing as Greg Luzinski, but a little better. Oh, I can't trade Greg Luzinski because his contract's expiring. That's unfortunate. Stuber, you're on the 40, man. Anyone else whose time with the Phillies is coming to an end? Verizon, Players like you were done. He's losing a lot of potential this year. This was a bad season for him. He started to turn it around a bit, but I think he's lost points off of contact. His potential contact actually got better. I don't know what this is all about, but that's fine. Losing Fred Norman hurt more than I want to admit. We're going to have decisions to make next episode, but that will be for next episode to make those decisions. We've got some really good pieces. We just need a couple more to put us over the top. And I think we have to say goodbye to Greg Luzinski. This might be a good year to give Mark Corey a shot. He just absolutely destroyed AAA. I mean, he had a pretty good year, and then he just made baseball his bitch. Mark Corey made AAA his bitch. I could always move Bobby Bonds to left. Probably move Corey to left, actually. I'm going to go ahead and put Corey on the active roster. Just so I don't forget. Same with Steuben. Do we bring back Brandt? Or do we give him some more time in AAA? He had a pretty good year in AAA. But I don't want to rush him. But I think he's another one. I'll put him on the roster for now. Oh no, we could lose Buddy Bradford. Who the fuck is? He's a good left fielder who can't hit. I mean, there's plenty of those. Okay, I think that's enough. I think that's enough for dilly-dallying. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe and drop me a comment down below. We could have been better, but we also could have been a lot worse. And I look forward to seeing what we can do next year if we can pick up a couple more free agents. But until then, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.